Now comes the question and answer session. The abridged form of the questions are as followed. As I already told, it was grouped in 6 sessions. I'll read out the questions with their names who have asked. First, the group in education. The first question was asked by Dr. Shanmuga Sundaram. In NCERT book, it's necessary to write about atrocities of Muslim rulers. This will create tension between two communities, youngsters in the years to come. Instead, give much importance to Hindu rulers like Shivaji and just mention a little about these Muslim rulers. This will prevent hatred towards Muslim. And second question was raised by Swami Niyamananda. Our children should be taught our cultural education. This may give an effective solution for the problems of the younger generation. What are your suggestions regarding this? The third question was raised by Dr. Jayakantan. He asked 2 questions in this heading. In the recent years, PhD and PDF funding and support for central and state universities have not been consistent. How can this be made reliable while also strengthening product-focused research and establishing more central universities, 5 or 6 in each state, for wider access to quality education? And second, NEP 2020 has been implemented in amongst almost all states and UG programs have also started. However, many institutions lack faculty members and infrastructure. Will any special steps to be taken to address this? And the last one by Sri S. Nakiran. Making moral education to youngsters in school or away from school. School don't allow even to interact with youngsters. My personal experience, what is the solution? From Sarsang Chalak.
And many things have happened. It is right to think that by teaching that history, we don't want to create a divide or hatred. But there is another thing also. You have to face the truth. Why should I relate myself with those who have perpetrated atrocities? I am a citizen of modern Bharat. Our constitution says, although in preamble everything is given, I believe in that. So I see the history, okay, even if I am Muslim, Aurangzeb, I don't agree with him. What he has done, what is wrong? There are other Muslims with whom I agree. I agree with Dr. Abdul Kalam. I agree with many who fought with Rana Pratap, Babur, So, for example, Shivaji Maharaj, you have mentioned. Why Shivaji Maharaj created his kingdom? That is the basic question. If that is not answered, then Shivaji Maharaj was one of those ambitious persons who create their own kingdom. There is nothing like ideal in him. Many people have created their own kingdoms, fought with valor. Why we teach Shivaji Maharaj? For Desha Bhakti, for Dharma Bhakti. Why Shivaji Maharaj created his kingdom cannot be explained without talking about the background. So talking about the background becomes necessary. Don't get too carried away and only describe that. That is right. But we have to tell enough of the background. And we have to learn to take history so that it enriches us. It doesn't create a hatred or, you see, Mahabharata, Mahabharata was told in Raja Janmejaya's Sarpasatra. Janmejaya was a direct descendant of Pandavas. And Pandav-Kaurav fight, that was narrated in Mahabharata. How it came about, Janmejaya asked the question to Vyasaji. So our ancestors were Kauravas and Pandavas. And they were good people, strong, intelligent, knowledgeable. Still there was such a terrible war in between them. How come they fought? Did nobody any effort to avoid that war? And if somebody did that effort, why did he fail? That is the query. If you have right query in mind, the past baggage doesn't affect your attitude. We have to create those right questions in young minds. Then you will think, if we hide the truth, don't mention. That will not happen. Hindus by nature are not given to hate. You are saying this, youngsters in two communities, tension. This doesn't happen. It is other way around. So, you have to create the right query in the mind of youngsters. You have to make them ready to face the truth. There should be no negation. Okay, that was done, that was wrong. My ancestors had discrimination with their own, some class of their own society. There was asprishyata, untouchability. Yes, it was there, but that is wrong. I reject it. This should be the attitude. And for that, this cultural education is necessary. There are two questions about it. Education happens in three places. Schooling is one, but that is not the only one. And that comes much later. First is home. Up to 12 years of age, children follow their parents and elders. Basis of their personality and attitude is formed during that period. After 12 years, he goes out, faces the world. He also rebels. All these things happen. But that basic attitude doesn't change. Even if he may go astray, he will come back on the basis of that attitude. So, this Mangal Samvad we propose to create the same basic attitude. What is our tradition? What is our country's tradition? What we actually practice for society? All these things, if are openly discussed with our children. Today discussion has stopped. Talking with children is not there. Both parents are earning. In the evening, from schools, children come back. These two fellows, mother and father, they come back. After some eating, they take out their mobile and start doing this. No talk. That has to be changed. The education first is given in home. Then it is given in the social atmosphere. Gandhiji, Lokmanya Tilak, Yogi Arvind Ghosh, Subramanian Bharati, all were trained in the Macaulay's education system. But they didn't become colonized. Why? Because homestead atmosphere was there and teachers were there. Teachers told them the right thing in spite of curriculum. My own history teacher used to tell us about syllabus and teach us about syllabus for some time, and then 20 minutes he used to tell us the real history. He used to say, up to now I have told you what you have to write in the examinations, and after examinations nobody will question you about it, you can forget it. But you have to remember something for life. That I am going to tell you now. So this can be done. In the social conduct, we are all examples for them. What we do. Once my father told me, I was in 8th class. He called me. He said, today a boy came to our house and he talked with me. He is taking education here. He has nowhere to eat. Some arrangements had to be made. He wanted to come here one day in a week for meals. So I thought, okay. He said, I refused. Then my face fell. I did not expect that. Then he laughed. He said, okay, he's coming. He was training me how to think in these matters. He was also testing me. These things could happen when we could talk to our children. So these things should go on. Even if schools restrict that you should not come and talk to them. These things can go. You can, instead of talking to children, you can go to their household, talk to the parents. Convey through the parents what you want to talk to them. Parents will accept this. They want this. These efforts are to be made. And all schools are not like that. There are schools which invite us. One day moral education class, you come and conduct. Tell us good stories each Saturday. Like that, they call us. They ask us to mingle with them. We can also go with imparting some new things. For example, one of my colleagues, he used to go to schools and tell the headmaster, I can teach them origami, the paper art, Japanese paper art. So, weekly, one period, 40 minutes. Which time do you allow? So, he got that time. And he went there. He taught origami and taught many other things. All these things can be done. So, cultural education mainly, that comes from example of the elders. In school, yes, in curriculum there should be some mention. I think new education policy has something similar, not exactly cultural education, but value education they call it. And they are trying to get it. But syllabus se zyada important is example. Even teachers, he will read something in a book and it is not there in the teacher's life, his behavior. He will not believe it. Children don't learn what they hear, they learn what they see. So the examples are lacking. Dialogue is lacking. Samvad, that is lacking. That we have to re-establish. Then everything will happen. All right. Then other two questions of Mr. Jayakantan are related with the government. So I am not Sarkar, I am Sara Sanghachala. But I will take your suggestion and give it to a proper person so that he will think about it, about the grants for research and the lack of infrastructure and faculty members. They have to pay attention to this. Then it is a concurrent subject. There is state government. There is all these things are there. So I will carry your suggestion and with my insistence and recommendation, I will give to the person concerned. What he will be able to do, I cannot guarantee. Okay.
The earlier one was expectation from amongst Hindus of Tamil Nadu that our Sangha organization should take up the Tiruparankundram issue at national level, expecting guidance from Parambujaniya Sarsangchalakji. The second question is, With regard to Hindu temples in Tamil Nadu, many temples are either totally or partially dilapidated. It seems the only solution to save the Hindu temple is to hand over to the independent body of eminent believers. Kindly extend your guidance for the same. Our next question was raised by Sri K.V. Karthik. For more than 70 years, Tamil Nadu's socio-political narrative has often framed Hindutva synonymous with Hindi, evoking Tamil linguistic pride as a barrier. How can this perception be transformed to reflect the inclusiveness of Hindutva? And another question was raised by Sri S. Vijayakumar. In Tamil Nadu, the Aryan Dravidian theory has long been promoted as a racial and ideological divide, leading to the belief that Dravidian identity is aesthetic and that Hindutva is inherently anti-Dravidian. What efforts are taken by Sangh to overcome this perception? And the final question was raised by Sri A. Asai Thambi. The question is, the problems faced by Sivagasi fireworks industry relating it to air pollution during the time of Diwali every year. What needful could be done in order to save Sivagasi fire industry?
If it needs escalation, it will be done. But I don't think it needs so. The matter is now sub judice. Let it resolve. The awakening of Hindus in Tamil Nadu, I think it is enough to bring about the desired result. But if at all it is needed, the Hindu organizations are working in Tamil Nadu also. They will let us know, then we will think about it. But at present, I think the issue can be resolved here only on basis of the Hindu's strength in Tamil Nadu only. We will not need to escalate it. But one thing is pakka, that issue would be resolved only for Hindus. That is definite. Whatever it takes for that, we will do. If some independent, eminent believer's body is there, it can get the mandir. The courts are favorably replying to all these queries. But that body has to be made and it has to be authorized. Already there is body, they can go to courts. Abhi, this thing is stalled because there is no body. Court can give it. We have to go to courts. Governments on their own will not hand over the mandirs. But the courts want to see to whom we hand over it. So some our acharyas are thinking that there should be a systematic apparatus, a body at central level, all India body, state level bodies, district level bodies, local bodies. Local bodies will manage day-to-day temple affairs. Then district bodies will supervise over that and help. The provincial bodies will guide them. And policy will be made by the All India body. And there will be a tribunal. If some difficulty is there, it should be solved in a separate Hindu Bhaktas tribunal. And if that is not solved there, then only Supreme Court will be there. That type of model is being deliberated. Let us hope it comes into being early. But it can be done, and legally position is this. Supreme Court has, in 2 cases, has given the verdict that government cannot keep mandirs with them for infinite period. Mandirs are to be managed by bhaktas, and if there is some discrepancy in running the affairs of mandir, Government can take, correct it and give back. They have not specified the period. But our Chidambaram Mandir issue, in it, the verdict was given like that. One more issue, they have given the same verdict. So there is legally favorability about this. But we have to have that body thing. Bhaktas should manage the mandirs. That is our stand, definitely. And whenever our assistance is required in such matters, we will provide it. Vishwa Hindu Parishad is doing something. Then question of narrative is, the way is to establish our own narrative there. For example, Hindutva synonymous with Hindi. That is wrong narrative, no? What will you talk? What will talk about the Hindus in Maharashtra, Hindus in Bengal, Hindus in Assam, Srimad Shankardev, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Tukaram Maharaj, in Punjab also. So there is no one language of Hindutva. Fact is, the bhav is the same, languages are different. Taking into consideration the diverse nature of our Samaj, it has been allowed always. And Hindi is a much later language. Hindi is not ancient language. People say that Hindi started with Bharatendra Harishchandra, the period between Mughals and British. But Hindutva was much before that. Actually, it is eternal. So how can a language which has come later becomes the mascot of what was much earlier proposed? So in all pranta, there are languages which convey Hindutva. Words are different, bhav is the same. That is the fact. We have to establish this narrative. Because we were sleeping, the other narrative took hold. Now we have to slowly educate people and establish our narrative. Regarding this Aryan Dravidian theory also, it has been discarded by every country in the world. The discarded theory is being used to fool the people in Bharat. But that is now proved. There are records, there are all evidences. But that narrative has to be established here. For that, contact with intelligentsia, use of social media, all these things, giving inputs, constructing the content, all these things are to be done. So, activity in this field will slowly replace the untruth with truth. It will take time. Now you are asking this question, but establishing wrong narrative started much earlier. So they have worked for it for 70 years. More than that, for 150 years. Actually, British started it. So to remove that narrative and establishing truth will take some time. But start doing it, it will happen. Shivkashi fireworks, that is a particular subject. And again, subject I think related with the government. If air pollution narrative is there, that has to be fought with counter narrative. But we have to see, there are many factors. The powder we use for what are the components, sub study karke, we have to be reply. But if it is it is something with government, then again, once I have taken your points to the government, Similar thing, I will do it again. But what government will do, I don't know. I am not the government. Others.
This set of questions was raised by Dr. Sugandha Ramamurthy. It is of great importance of women to get much more involved in the political system of the country from the grassroots to the state and national level. What strategies can be adopted to encourage women's participation in the political front? And next her question, how do we ensure safety for women? Also adequate budget allocation specifically for addressing safety and security for women is kept in the back burners. How do we ensure due importance is given to the safety of women? And next question by Dr. Jayaganthan. Is it possible to move towards a system where opportunities, certificates and identification are provided without mentioning community, caste or reservations categories, thereby gradually encouraging equality and unity? Next question, is it possible to begin interlinking within each state first and then expand it across India for improving water sharing, agricultural support and disaster management? And next question, what will be the 33% Women's Reservation Act come into full implementation across the nation, and how soon can we move towards achieving 50-50 gender representation? And next set of questions raised by Sri S. Nakiran. How retired personals can create awareness on national security for understanding Hindu culture? How to make the mindset of educated and uneducated to come out of self-centered materialistic thinking? And the last, not the least, by Major General N.R.K. Babu. Can gender variant children find a place in our organization? Their energies can certainly be channelized and positive growth in society.
Education of the male members of the society is most necessary. How the 33% women reservation can come into full implementation when we do it. And we don't do it. Actually, the general mindset due to last 1,000 years is that women are something subordinate. Our tradition tells us that nobody is subordinate and nobody is inferior or superior. Man and woman is a complement. When two are together, things happen. If two are separate, things cannot happen. Srishti can come into existence only with Purusha and Prakriti. So that complementary role and equal status has to be mentally accepted by the society. For that, education of male members of the society is a must. Secondly, we have to enable the women, we have to empower them, we have to educate them, and starting from our family, we have to give them equal footing in action and decision. These changes are slowly coming up now. It will take time, but this will happen. Other things like budget, etc., or reservation 33%, going to politics, etc., they are the result of all these things. In Sangha, what we do, in Sangha Shakha, there are only male members. Female members, they go to Samiti. But all the other things Swayamsevak do, they do it with their, in every organization there are male members, female members. In Seva Bharati, both are working. Even Sangha Swayamsevak's work, not only on the grounds, they go to homes. So our sisters and mothers are there. They are involved. indirectly. Now, women working in the Sangha fold, they have come together. And year before last, they had sammelans in every commissionary of Bharat. About 5 lakh leading women participated in that program. And therefrom they have taken the lead and they are trying to educate, empower women. So, for example, security question is there. The security also, safety, budget allocation will not do only. Actually, the eyes, the vision should change. How do we look to women? The Western culture looks to women for their beauty. They are materialistic. In our tradition, it is not so. We see to women as Vatsalata. We call them mothers. But we have to treat them as such. So here problem is not the vision, problem is action. So we have to, on the basis of that vision, we have to act, educate male members also, female members also, empower women, and proceed. We start with all the organizations. There in decision, in leadership, slowly women percentage should increase and population ratio is 50-50, therefore it should come 50-50. By giving reservations, it will not happen. Even if we don't give reservations, if we implement this, it will happen. In families, it is so. Whatever happens, family cannot be run by a single parent. Both have to participate and both have equal say. Otherwise, it will not run family. Same is there with social affairs. So, all these things are doables and they should be done, but something more has to be done. And that is in educating the society as well as empowering the woman. We have to change the wrong attitude we have adopted during days of aggression. We have to come to our original vision. In that, this thing is recommended. Discrimination, all kind. So, is it possible to move towards a system, thereby gradually encouraging equality and unity? Just horse and cart. If equality and unity is there, we will move towards that system. System doesn't move us, society moves the system. Why were reservations necessary? Because discrimination was there in society. We have to accept it. Now that discrimination is still lingering. We don't feel it, but actually it is there. In cities, urban and educated class, it is invisible, but it is there. In uneducated, rural areas, etc., it is blatant. It is still there. As long as that is there, reservations will be necessary. So we have to remove the inequality in mind. Then all these things will happen. Reservations are not creating inequality. Inequality is creating reservations. So it is the other way around. River interlinking, yes, it is possible if we do it. But those who have to do it, they have to think about it. Certain experiments have been made. Some rivers have been linked in Madhya Pradesh. But again, politics is a big hurdle. If I am in power and I want to link the river, the opposition says, no, you are wrong. And if I sit in opposition and they want to do it, I will say, no, it is wrong. So many things are happening like that. Total attitude of thinking of public good first and political ends latter. Such things, such projects will not linger then. That we have to create. It is possible, but we have to create an attitude. Then systems will change. Retired persons can do many things if they are healthy. If they keep themselves fit, they can, on the basis of their experience, give valuable advices to youngsters. They can befriend, they can tell stories, they can actually give time some for social works and work in the field of their taste. That can happen, and many people do also that. You can keep in contact with local sangh karyakartas and you will get many ways to all these things. National security, Hindu culture, in every field. Vanaprasthis, that is vanaprastha. From your household life, you just move away, hand it over to the younger generation and act as an advisory there. If advice is sought, then we give it and use the time for social work. So Sangha Swayanseks will give you that opportunity, and there are many other ways also you can explore. Self-centered materialistic thinking, how to make mindset come out. Instead of coming out of that, we have to feed in the spiritual outlook or dharma outlook. See, materialism goes some way. After that it stops. Every man feels the need of others. Every man feels the need to do something good for Atma Santosh. So, we have to keep on giving the sanskars of our traditional Sanskriti, which is spiritual based. Even the material things in our Sanskriti are spiritually based. So we have to tell the new generation that we don't shun materialism. Artha Kam are recognized Purusharthas. But Artha Kam dharma based. Dharmad arthascha kamascha. And directed towards moksha. That is the life pattern. We have to tell it through so many stories and these Purans, etc., etc. But first we have to befriend. Then people will hear. And then again that example has to be there. So we can do it inside our home, in our life, and then we can talk with others. The nobleness spreads. When you spread it, it will spread slowly. As one lamp lights another nor grows less, noblenet enkindlet noblenet. That is the method. So we have to do it. And yes, gender variant children also can come to Sangha work. There is no restriction. But everybody who comes in Sangha gives away all these considerations. I keep my caste outside, keep my religion outside, keep everything outside, and I work there as a member of Hindu society, as son of Bharat Mata, and look to others as such. We don't, he is this, he is this. We don't do that. Everybody is son of Bharat Mata. So gender variant children, if they come, they have to keep that gender outside. As son of Bharat Mata, equally, he can work with everybody.
After general and others topic, now we move on to long-term approach in Tamil Nadu, where the BJP and Sangh grow together, ensuring ideological alignment across generation. And the second one by Sri S. Nakiran. Policies for way forward, creating nationalism. What is your view?
Minimum words have been used. That is why some verbs are dropped, I think. Anyway, in Sangha we don't think like this. Ideological alignment, I don't know whether BDP had some different ideology. I don't know what ideology. We have an ideology. It is Pakka, Hindutva. So, Sangha Swayam Sevaks, as I said, they can go to any field. They are in politics also, in BJP also. But Vichar, Samskar and goal are the same. Rest, they are independent, autonomous, etc., etc. That is the only way to create good coordination. Sangha grows separately, BJP grows separately. They don't grow together. Growth of Sangha is a different matter. Growth of BJP is different matter. In Sangha, if we want to grow, we have to go, befriend people, serve them, perform seva, and win them by love. I think in BJP, if you want to grow, you will have to go and satisfy certain demands of people. Being political, you have to cater to the selfish interests of people. Not in bad sense. Everybody has some demands. A political person has to cater to them. We don't cater to any demand, etc. We say, come and give. So, together growing is not possible. Separately growing, possible, keeping the basis same. Samskar, Vichar and goal. But then, if you become Swayamsevaks, it automatically comes. There, we don't have to have any separate measure for this. So, Sangha should run like Sangha. BJP should manage their affairs. If these two do their own work perfectly, then everything comes automatically. So, policies forward, creating nationalism, I don't think some ism has to be created. We are nationals. We are Hindu nationals. Ours is Hindu nation. That awareness has to be created. No ism. We are all Hindus. Ours is Hindustan. This is one nation. In spite of what worship you cater to, what everything. Yes, that speciality is there. But in spite of that, we are one with a bigger circle. Bharat Mata's sons, Hindu Sanskriti or Bharatiya Sanskriti or Indic Sanskriti or Hindavi, whatever you call it, content is the same. So as a nation, as a society, as a culture, we are one, we are same. In the matters of language, style of living, worship, province, all these things they differ. And that difference is accepted and respected. That type of education through example, through speeches, through writings, through service has to be undertaken in our country. And Sangha is doing it and many other people are doing it. We are not the only who are working. There are many Santa Mahatmas also working for that. Other social organizations, they are also working for that. So, that is going on and that will bear fruit sometime in future, not too distant future. In coming some years, we will find that type of atmosphere in our country.
The next one is our Hindutva. This question was raised by Dr. Shivakumar. I personally feel that Hindus are less religious compared to other religion. Is there any specific reason for this?
I partly agree with you. Hindus are less religious. Hindus are fully dharmic. Religion doesn't matter. Dharma matters. So we are dharmic. And if I am dharmic, whether I believe in God or not is not relevant. That is my choice. Worship is my choice. I will worship any God or I will worship no God. I will worship many gods or I will worship one God. That is my choice. But whatever I do, I have to be dharmic. That is required in Bharat. What you worship is not important, but you have to live together, work together, stay together, and together we proceed. Sangh samvadadvam samvo manavasi janatam. And that is why some of the Hindus appear less religious. That is right. But those who have their own religion, Shaiva or Shakta or Ganapatya, Saura, Jaina, Bauddha, all types. So in their own religion, they are quite devoted. But in our social fabric, religion has a second place. Dharma has the first place. That is why it happens. And that is good. Otherwise, religions will become a binding. Actually, religio means to bind. Because that is a path, it has to have boundaries. You have to walk between those boundaries. That restriction comes. But if only religion is there and spirituality is not there, then dharma doesn't materialize. Dharma is entirely based on spirituality. And religion without spirituality means carnage in the world. So, Hindu is dharmic first and religious later. That doesn't mean he is less religious, but definitely appears less religious. Okay.
The sixth one, Sri Kitwa R. Sridhar. The question is, what are the challenges in providing quality and equitable education to economically background and rural students? And what is the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh long-term vision / plan to overcome these challenges? And next question by Swami Neyamananda Maharaj. Is there any step taken by the RSS to present the real history of India in written form from the prehistoric period to the modern age? And the last, not the least one, by K. Veeraswamy. What is the stand of RSS on the people, beggars, sannyasis taking alms near the temple?
Should be in the reach of common people and should reach all people. That has not yet happened. That is in consideration now. But we have to do much to realize it. For example, the government schools in rural areas, primary schools, middle schools, they are in shambles in many provinces. Everything is not the same in every state. State-wise, there is some difference. But generally, they are in shambles. And private schools, they have made a business of education. So their poor people cannot go. The school in their own place where they can easily go on foot is not properly working. And where they have to travel to go and to make a rented room there and incur all the expenditure, even if they are ready to do it, it is beyond their reach. So first thing is education should be brought out of this commercial thing. Education is not a $3 trillion business. One education minister said this. Education is $3 trillion field. Then if it is $3 trillion field, then only those who can pay trillions can get that. So education is a compound responsibility of society as well as government. And we should undertake the improvement, government as well as society, both should work for that. So we ask our Swayamsevaks to work in rural areas where they live. The school, oh, it is government school. It is not government school. It is the school for your own children. So bring the teachers, the rural people together and help them to improve the school and create some clout so that administration also will fall in line. But that clout is, it remains there, but it is not used because it is not needed to use it. When people in village and the teachers come together, then everything falls in line. That is our experience. So, on these lines, whatever we can do in our local area, we should do. That is the way, and we have to change the system much. Dere, slowly, that change is coming, but we have miles to go again. See, best system of education is in Finland. And that Finland education system is nearer to the Gurukula system of Bharat. 10 students, 1 teacher, 1 male, 1 female. And they take care of the first 4 years, no classroom work. Go in banks, see how it works. Go in post office, go in jungles. Learning by experience. And teachers guide them. Second, 4 years, half classroom, half field. Medium of instruction is mother tongue of the... Finland is a country wherein people from all around Europe go, take citizenship and settle. Because they want manpower. They have land. They don't have manpower. They welcome everybody and teach every student in his own mother tongue. English comes after 8 years. And then they have a separate university to train the teachers. And only the teachers trained in that university are allowed to teach. So acharyas are prepared, acharyas of quality. They give company to students, not only class. Company student. Nobody is declared fail. But there are failures. What they do? They allot for each failed student 1 more teacher. Individual. And he trains him so that he was in 7th. Now his colleagues are in 8th. So he will also go with them in 8th class. 7th and 8th, he will both be done by him in single year with the help of the teacher. It is teacher's responsibility that in 9th he is on equal footing for others. There is no failure. All these things, they somehow come near to our Gurukul method. So we have to think about the pattern of education, system of education, quality of acharyas, their training. All these things are to be radically rethought. And it takes time. Superficial change is now being made. Intention is very good. But to what extent deeply they have to go and do it, that has been yet to be realized. RSS is always telling the real history. You go to Sangh Bhandar, anywhere, in Tiruchi also, you will get the books on history. From prehistoric period to modern age, the chart of history, and a small book has been prepared by the Bharat Itihas Sankalan Samiti, Mr. Rambhau Sathe. Is that here translated? Dekhna padega. But those books are there. Research has been made. There is an organization, Bharatiya Itihas Sankalan Samiti, by Swayamsevaks. It is there in Tamil Nadu also. And the Karyakartas have come here. So you can discuss with them. All these things is available. Now, due to poverty, people require begging. That is not good. There should be no beggar in our country. But in sannyasi dharma, bhiksha is compulsory. Sannyasi cannot cook. Sannyasi has to go from house to house. There are different norms. Some say five homes you have to visit, ask for food, and whatever you get, okay, no sixth ghar. You may get bhiksha in 5, you may get bhiksha in 2, you may not get bhiksha in any, you have to remain empty stomach. Like that, it is their tapasya. They are not begging for a lack of food. That is their dharma. Near mandirs is not good. Some mandirs have anna satras. There sannyasis go and have, that is okay. But near mandirs, begging is a business-like thing. It is not good. But sannyasis do not do it. Sannyasis go to house. They have the bhiksha. They have to have bhiksha. Due to lack of food, if anyone has to beg, that is the blot on our society. We will not allow it, but we will also see to it that he doesn't need to beg. He gets ample food. That we have to see. Then it will automatically stop. Nobody likes a dishonor of going to others and asking for alms. That is affront for their existence. So, nobody likes it, but the condition of the society matters. For sannyasis, bhiksha is a dharma. In their own way, with their restrictions, they are performing it. It is all right. You did not ask much about RSS. About problems you did ask, and it is natural. If problems are there, discussion will happen. But discussion of problems is not useful. Discussion of solutions is useful. And all solutions in our society depend upon the social urge to transform the society, transform ourselves. We want to make Bharat Vishwaguru. All of us, if we want this, then locally also we will tackle all this situation and bring about certain solution. So to create that spirit, that character, personal character as well as national characters, that is the job of Sangha.